1905, 3 years before the New York Historical moved to Central Park West, George Santayana uttered a saying that is more apt than ever. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. In fact, I'd argue that sentiment not only forms the bedrock of the New York Historical, it is the beating heart of the Tang wing for American democracy. And that reminder could not come at a better time. There are people across the country and in our own backyard who are terrified for the future of our democracy. They are watching in disbelief as an authoritarian administration employs fake news and lies to ward off accountability, dehumanizes others for simply existing, including our LGBTQ+ community, and weaponizes our very own government against those who most need it. Somehow, despite the perpetual bad news that keeps many of us up at night, the museum's newest wing shows us that hope lives on the horizon. Each exhibit that lives within this historic building teaches us that democracies are more powerful than small men who wage war against algae. They are painstakingly forged into existence over the span of centuries by good people who decided to plant a tree of hope for the next generation. So it teaches us that democracies do not exist by accident. Preserving and expanding the soul of our country is not a passive responsibility. And each exhibit within the Tang wing for American democracy makes that exceptionally clear. When George Washington took the oath of office on the Bible that's now housed within this museum, he did so to create a new type of government that wasn't dictated by tyranny, but it's now up to us to ensure that that sacrifice was not in vain. When LGBT activists challenged the federal government to see gay people as human beings, they did so to ensure that future generations would not suffer the same fate. But it's up to us to ensure that the fight does not end there. When immigrants of all walks of life risked their lives to see whether our streets were actually paved with gold and would protect them, they did so to build a better life for their families. It's now up to us to ensure that the American dream doesn't end in a detention camp. This museum is a living monument to what is possible when people stand up for what is right and when we carry on the legacy of those who came before us. Now entering a new era, reminding a weary public that democracies only die if we refuse to remember the past. And this new wing makes it impossible to forget.